Hey, we're here at Orange Tree Golf Club in Orlando, and we're gonna talk about how to get off of the tee box. That's the first thing we have to be able to do to shoot lower scores. We've got to eliminate those big misses when we're hitting driver. So I'm gonna talk about 4 different things that you might be doing wrong that causes you to hit poor tee shots. The first one is going to be simply your setup. So I've got the ball teed up here. It's gonna sit about half a ball higher than the top of my club. So I can see from the backside here that that ball is sitting a little bit higher than the top of my driver there. The next thing we wanna make sure of is that we are not setting up with driver like we would hit an iron. So I see a lot of people getting set up with the driver and they look like this. So my spine's very straight up and down, maybe the ball's too far back in your stance. All of those things are going to make you hit bad tee shots. So keys to good setup with driver would be that the ball is a little bit closer to your front foot in your stance. That's my left foot for those right-handed golfers. I've got it maybe even with where a logo on my shirt might be. Then I'm going to tilt my spine back behind the golf ball a little bit. So you can see I'm actually taking my body and tilting it back behind the ball, almost as if I'm just peeking at the backside of the golf ball when I'm getting set up. That's going to help you hit up on that golf ball more, which is what we are trying to do with driver. So I'm gonna put the ball more forward in my stance. I'm leaning behind the ball. The last piece we're looking for is that your right arm sits a little bit lower than your left arm when we're looking from that down the line view. So to do that, I'm gonna take my right hand, slide it down my right leg, and you can see that tilts my spine, and then my right hand comes on underneath the grip. My left arm sits nice and high above that right arm. All of that is going to help you hit up on the golf ball and hit better shots. The next piece is making sure we are not thinking about hitting down. So number 2 is we're not gonna hit down on the ball like we would maybe with an iron or something that's off the ground. We are trying to catch the ball as we swing up and through the golf ball here. So in order to do that, one of the feelings I love is basically feeling that we had a golf ball in our hand and we're gonna toss it under our left arm if I set up like this with my driver in front of me. I am staying back behind that golf ball. You can see I've got a lot of bend on my right side here, and my head is staying back behind that golf ball. I am not getting forward and hitting down a lot, which can create some pop-up shots and other things that we don't love. Number 3 is making sure that we don't get our hands too far in front of the club head with driver. This can make you hit shots off of the heel side of the golf club. They can go too far right, but the ball can also come out very low. So there's a lot of inconsistency that happens when our impact with driver kind of looks like this. My hands are really far in front. Now, that's a good thing with our irons, but with our driver, we are not going to have those hands in front of the club head at impact. A great way to figure out what that feels like is to flip your golf club upside down. I'm gonna grip it right on the shaft of the club below my club head. I'm gonna make some practice swings where I swing back and I'm trying to get the butt end of the golf club to my golf ball first. So this is sort of what our impact position with driver is gonna look like, not like this. So really feeling like you're almost gonna let that butt of the club or the club head fly at the golf ball as we go through. This is gonna give you more distance as well as a lot more consistency off the tee box so that we're not having, again, those hands in front and getting a lot of different variables when we do that. Number 4 is making sure that you tee up your ball on the side of the tee box that's the same as where the trouble is. This is going to help you aim away from wherever the trouble is. So let's pretend that this is the edge of the tee box here, this is the right side, and there's water all down the right side of this hole. I'm going to set up my tee as close to the right side of the tee box as I can. That's going to help me aim away from that trouble. If we tee up on the opposite side, we have a tendency to let the ball drift toward wherever that trouble is. So again, I've got water down the right side here. I'm gonna tee up on the right side of the tee box as much as I can, and then go ahead and hit one, keeping it away from that water. Yeah, so as you can see, when we tee up on the same side as the trouble, we can easily hit away from it. Now the opposite would be true if I had trouble down the left side. I would go ahead and tee up on the left side of the tee box as close as I could to that left edge, and that will help you hit away from the trouble. If you can use these 4 keys on the golf course, I promise it's going to help you shoot lower scores and break 100.